Good day everyone. So today we will be tackling about the 17 SDGs or the Sustainable Development Goals. So the Sustainable Development Goals or the SDGs are incredibly important because they provide a universal integrated and ambitious blueprint for addressing the world's most urgent challenges by 2030. They serve as a global call to action adopted by all United Nations member states in 2015, aiming to secure peace and prosperity for people and the planet. So the SDGs apply to all countries, to the developed, developing, and even to the middle-income countries. They recognize that global challenges like climate change and inequality require universal action. So why are there 17 goals? The number 17 reflects the comprehensive and integrated nature required to achieve genuine sustainable development. The goals are established through a multi-year process of negotiation and consultation involving UN member states and various stakeholders. They are designed to cover the full spectrum of the global challenges, grouped into 5 broad themes, or often called the 5 Ps. So first, we have SDG number 1 or no poverty. So no poverty is the overarching foundational goal of the entire 2030 agenda. Its full scope goes far beyond simply handing out money. It aims for a systematic change that prevents people from ever falling into poverty again. SDG 1 therefore is a comprehensive policy framework demanding not just charity but justice, ensuring every individual has the foundational rights and protections necessary to live a life of dignity and security. And next, we have the SDG number 2 or zero hunger. So the official mission statement for SDG 2 is to end the hunger, achieve food security, and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture, ensuring all people, particularly the poor and the vulnerable, including the infants, having access to safe, nutritious, and sufficient food all year round. So why is it important? Hunger and malnutrition undermine human health, education, and productivity, creating a poverty trap. Achieving zero hunger is fundamental to overall sustainable development.
So hi everyone. So for the SDG goal number 3 or the Sustainable Development Goal number 3 is the good health and well-being for people. So this goal is to ensure a healthy lives and promote well-being for all people at all ages. So it aims to ensure that every person at every age can live a healthy, safe, and fulfilling life. So that is why kini siya nga goal is nag-focus on reducing major cases of illness and death worldwide, improving healthcare systems, and promoting well-being for individual and communities. So why this goal matter? Or nganong nagmatter man ni siya nga goal? So it is important because good health is the foundation of a production, safe and meaningful life. So kung ang mga tao kay healthy, unsa may buot pasabot ana? Kung ang mga tao healthy, maka-work sila, maka-finance sila sa pamilya, also maka-contribute sila sa economy. Then kung ang mga estudyante sad healthy, maka-eskwela sila og tarong. So mao na siya. But kung pananglitan, ang health system kay weak, unsa may mahitabuan na. So there is a possibility that there is a widespread of diseases and the entire community will struggle. So mao to siya. Mao to ha. Number 1, health is a basic human right. Number 2, it saves millions of lives. Number 3, healthy people is equal to stronger economies. And number 4, it reduces inequality. So that's why this goal is to aim a world or to create a world where everyone can live long, healthy lives free from preventable illnesses and with access to essential health services. So let's move to the SDG goal number 4 or the Sustainable Development Goal number 4, the quality education. So this goal is ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education for all. So, it is to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education for all, and it also provide access to lifelong learning, improve teaching quality, and remove barriers to education, especially for vulnerable groups. So why this goal matter? Oh, why this goal matter? It is because first, education breaks the cycle of poverty. What does it mean? Education breaks the barrier of poverty. Of course, if you are educated, um naaman tay kung we are if we are educated, or if we are studying in a school, naatay ma-learn, di ba? Oh, there is a wisdom. And ah para makatrabaho, we need to graduate, di ba? So, anang kasagaran man sa iba kay anang naka-eskwela lang wa nakahuman pero naay trabaho. But it is better man nga anang nakagraduate ka with a degree unya nagtrabaho ka, because in education man god anang um, you are preparing, no, for the sa tinuod nga kuan ba, sa tinuod na scenario, in the real life scenario, you are kuan, so that anang naa na kay knowledge, naa na kay pwede ma-apply. So mao na siyang gamit na siya kayo ang education. You have to be skilled, no? You have to be highly professional. Di ba na to sa attributes, di ba, sa CTU? Oh, ano siya. Second, it empowers individuals and communities. Make informed decisions, participate in society, and protect the rights. So, because of education daw, you can kuan na daw, you can inform, you will know how to make or to inform decision making, no? You will know how to participate in society without shyness, because you have the knowledge, man, you have the wisdom, and protect the rights. Also, it build a skilled workforce. It prepare learners for a changing world. Yes, it prepare workers for a changing worlds, because in this generation, kuan naman god, we have the rapid changes na. So kasagaran ana is anang maglisod na og catch up ang economy. So that is why we need to be educated, no. Oh. The focus of this goal is to provide access to lifelong learning, improve teaching quality, and remove barriers to education. So mao lagi to, and it aims equip all learners with the knowledge, skills, and opportunities they need for a bit better future. So that's all. Thank you.
So the SDG Goal 5 is gender equality. This goal focuses on ensuring that all women and girls enjoy equal rights, opportunities, and protection. This goal emphasizes that gender equality is not only about basic human rights but also a key foundation for building peaceful, prosperous, and sustainable societies. When women and girls have equal access to education, healthcare, employment, and leadership roles, entire communities benefit. Although many countries have strengthened their laws to promote gender equality, discrimination and harmful practices such as child marriage and female genital mutilation continue to affect millions of women worldwide. Progress is happening, but it is not fast enough to meet the 2030 targets. Achieving SDG 5 requires strong legal systems, equal education opportunities, the elimination of gender-based violence, and greater participation of women in decision-making. Importantly, advancing gender equality involves listening to the voices of women and girls themselves, recognizing them as active contributors to change. Overall, SDG 5 aims to create a world where every woman and girl can live safely, freely, and equally, with full opportunities to learn, work, lead, and participate in society. Moving on to the SDG Goal 6, which is the clean water and sanitation. This goal focuses on making sure everyone, everywhere, has access to safe drinking water, proper toilets, and good hygiene. However, the world is still facing major challenges. 3 out of 10 people still do not have safe water, and 6 out of 10 do not have safe sanitation. Because of this, many communities continue to suffer from diseases caused by dirty water and poor hygiene. These problems don't just affect health, they also affect education and work. Many students, especially girls, miss school when there are no proper toilets. Workers also face health risks when sanitation is lacking. One of the biggest issues we must address is open defecation, which still affects about 2.6 billion people worldwide. Ending this requires toilets, sanitation system, and community awareness. To reach SDG 6 by 2030, countries need to speed up their efforts, and cooperation between governments, organizations, and communities is essential. Clean water and sanitation are important because they support other goals such as education, gender equality, good health, and reducing poverty.
Good day and mabuhay. So I'm going to tackle about the SDG 7, affordable and clean energy. So the Sustainable Development Goal 7, its goal focuses on ensuring that everyone has access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy. Because energy is essential for development, it powers homes, schools, hospitals, and transportations and industries. So without clean and accessible energy, countries struggle to grow economically and improve quality of life. So SDG 7 focuses to expand our renewable energy sources. This sets several key targets for 2030. First, it aims to provide universal access to affordable and reliable energy services. So this means reducing the number of communities that still depend on unsafe or insufficient energy sources such as kerosene, firewood, or charcoal. The second one is that the goal emphasizes increasing the share of renewable energy in a global energy mix. So renewable sources such as solar, wind, hydro, and geothermal are cleaner and more sustainable than fossil fuels. So this helps to reduce pollution and fight climate change. And another important target is improving energy efficiency. So this involves using energy more wisely, reducing waste, and upgrading technology and infrastructure so that countries can produce more output with less energy. So SDG 7, or the Sustainable Development Goal 7, aims to provide affordable energy because it is the foundation of a sustainable development. And achieving this goal supports health, education, economic growth, and environmental protection, making it strongly connected to the other SDGs. That's all. Thank you.
So now I will be discussing about the decent work and economic growth. So Sustainable Development Goal 8 focuses on promoting sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth while ensuring full and productive employment and decent work for all. This goal recognizes that strong economies and quality jobs are essential for reducing poverty, improving living standards, and supporting long-term development. Economic experts from the World Pensions Council have noted that economic growth and infrastructure, two critical drivers and development, should have been higher among the SDGs. They argue that placing economic growth at Goal 8 and infrastructure and Goal 9 does not reflect their importance, lifting countries out of poverty and supporting progress in all other goals. For the last developed countries, SDGs 8 sets a target of achieving at least 7% annual GDP growth. Reaching this level of growth requires countries to diversify their industries, adopt new technology, and encourage innovation and entrepreneurship. Strengthening small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, is especially important because they create most of the jobs worldwide. So here are the examples. A country invests in renewable energy projects that create well-paid local jobs, boosting the economy while reducing inequality. So here are some key targets. So, some targets under this goal were set for 2020, such as reducing youth unemployment and implementing a global strategy for youth employment. This includes following the International Labour Organization Global Jobs Pact, which focuses on jobs creation, workers' rights, and social protection. By 2030, countries are expected to adopt policies that promote sustainable tourism, recognizing that tourism can generate millions of jobs while protecting cultural and environmental resources. Strengthening domestic financial institutions is also essential, as stable banks and credit systems help business grow and encourage investments. Additional international support, such as aid for trade and the enhanced integrated framework, helps developing countries participate more actively in the global economy. So example, a low-income countries support small farmers by giving them access to modern tools and training, helping them grow their businesses and contribute to faster national economic growth. So lastly, overall SDGs 8 aims to create a world where everyone has access to decent work opportunities and where economic growth benefits all members of society. Achieving this goal contribute directly to reducing poverty, expanding opportunities, and building stable, prosperous communities. So example, a government set up jobs training centers so unemployed youth can learn new skills and find decent work, improving their livelihoods and strengthening the community.
Sustainable Development Goal 9 is about industry innovation and infrastructure. It focuses on building strong and resilient infrastructure, promoting sustainable industrial growth, and encouraging innovation. Good infrastructure like transportation, energy, and communication system helps businesses grow and connects communities. Industrialization creates jobs and supports economic development, but many developing countries are far behind. For example, wealthy regions produce much more and higher tech goods compared to less developed countries. Closing this gap is important for reducing poverty and increasing opportunities. Innovation drives new technologies that improve productivity and help solve global problems. Access to digital tools and research is vital for countries to compete and grow. A major achievement under Sustainable Development Goal 9 is the huge increase in mobile network coverage. Now, reaching about 95% of the world population, this boasts access to information, education, and economic opportunities. And the Sustainable Development Goal 9 aims to help all countries develop modern infrastructure, strong industries, and innovative solutions to support sustainable and inclusive growth. So the example of the Sustainable Development Goal 9 is the expansion of renewable energy sources. So, upgrading infrastructure and retrofitting industries to make them sustainable is the goal of this. And the Philippines is investing in renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, and geothermal power to reduce reliance of fossil fuels and promote a cleaner energy mix. Projects include the development of solar farms, wind farms, and geothermal plants across the archipelago. This initiative supports Sustainable Development Goal 9 by providing sustainable energy solutions that drive industrial growth while minimizing environment impact. Next is the Sustainable Development Goal 10. It's about reducing inequalities. Sustainable Development Goal 10 aims to reduce income inequality within and between countries so that income growth benefits everyone, not just the wealthy. A key target is shared prosperity, which means the income of the poorest 40% should grow faster than the national average to help close the gap between rich and poor. Another important focus is lowering the cost of remittances sent by migrant workers to their families. These fees are often high. Post offices charge around 6%, banks up to 11%, which reduces the money families receive. The goal is to bring costs below 3% so more support reaches those who need it. Overall, the Sustainable Development Goal 10 promotes fairness, equal opportunities, and inclusive development, ensuring the most vulnerable people can fully participate in and benefit from economic progress. Example of this is the progressive taxation system. And the goal of this is to promoting fiscal policies that distribute wealth and reduce inequality. Progressive taxation system impose higher tax rates on higher income earners, allowing government to collect more revenue from the wealthy and redistribute it to support social programs and public services. For example, Scandinavian countries like Denmark and Sweden have progressive tax systems that fund universal healthcare, education, and social welfare programs. These policies help reduce income inequality and ensure that everyone benefits from economic growth.
Good day and mabuhay. So I am Mia Janesh Valeroso and today I will be tackling the SDG 11. So Sustainable Cities and Communities goal is to make the cities inclusive, safe and resilient and sustainable. Focus on affordable housing, ensuring everyone has access to decent, safe and affordable homes. Sustainable transport, promoting public transit, walking, and cycling to reduce carbon emissions. Green spaces, preserving parks, gardens, and urban forests for recreation and biodiversity. Disaster resilience, building infrastructure and can withstand natural hazards like floods and typhoons. Aim is to improve urban livability and sustainability. So the SDG 12 is the responsible consumption and production. So the goal is to promote sustainable consumption and production patterns focused on eco-friendly production methods, using renewable energy, reducing resource use, and minimizing pollution, reducing waste and pollution, cutting down on trash recycling more and cleaning up pollutants. So the sustainable practices and businesses, encouraging companies to adopt green policies and report sustainability efforts, increasing recycling rates. So turning waste into reusable materials to conserve resources. So the aim is the balanced economic growth with environmental protection. So, in short, the SDG 11 is about making cities better places to live. Think housing, transport, and green spaces and resilience. The SDG 12 is about changing how we produce and consume stuff using eco-friendly methods, reducing waste, and being sustainable in business. So that would be all. Thank you.
So I'm going to discuss the goal 13, which means the climate action. Climate action, taking urgent action to combat climate change and its impact. So now is the time to take an action in order to prevent sa mga possible nga mahitabo sa ato ang Mother Earth. Kanang need nato na i-preserve atong Mother Earth, dili lang kita ang nakinabang kundi ato sa mga future generation. So we need to preserve Earth. As a human, we are responsible to take care our Mother Earth. So climate action is really just us taking care of whom we all share. It is the choice we make, big and small, to reduce the damage we're doing to the planet and to protect the people who are vulnerable to things like extreme heat, rising seas, and strong storm. Climate action means switching to the cleaner energy, wasting less, and finding smarter ways to live so future generation inherit a world that's livable and not struggling. Its heart isn't about chart or policies, it's about us people. So now is the time to take in action in order to preserve our Mother Earth. So next is the goal 14, which is the life below water. So conserve the sustainably use the ocean, seas, and marine resources. So life below water is about protecting the ocean, the heartbeat of our planet. Beneath the wave lives a world that keeps us alive. Tiny plankton that give us oxygen, fish that feed millions of families, and coral reef that shelter countless species. But this underwater world is struggling because of the pollution, overfishing, and warming seas. Caring for life below the water means treating the ocean with the respect.
I'll be tackling about the goal 15, which is life on land. So this goal is focusing for protecting, restoring, and promoting the sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystems. So including these are forests, deserts, and mountains. It also emphasizes combining desertification, halting, and preserving land degradation, and preventing biodiversity loss. And healthy terrestrial ecosystems are essential for human survival, which is providing a food, clean air, clean water, and livelihoods while supporting the green economy, and climate regulation. The SDG 15 also had a key targets, including a restoring degraded forests and lands affected by the drought or floods, and also a human activity to achieve a land degradation, a natural world, protecting endangered species and preventing the spread of invasive species, that also threaten the native ecosystem. So preventing mountain ecosystem and monitored through the mountains green cover index, tracking biodiversity and extension risk to red list index to understand the status of the endangered species. The forest plays a crucial role in the achieving of land life on land. It is also contributing to ecosystem services, carbon storage, and livelihoods for millions of people. However, achieving these goals requires balancing trade-offs and coordinating with other SDGs, such as those related to the climate actions, waters, and sustainable cities. And also, the world faces increasing challenges, such as including animal stations, deforestation, desertification, and land degradation, which threaten both the biodiversity and human well-being. Protecting terrestrial ecosystem involves sustainable and land management, conservation programs, reforestations, and policies that integrate community participation and long-term planning. In summary, SDG 15, it highlights the importance of sustaining life on land by protecting ecosystems, forests, and biodiversity. We are supporting human livelihoods, secure natural resources for future generations, and contribute the overall health of the planet.
Goal 16 is all about promoting peaceful and inclusive societies, giving everyone access to justice, and building strong and accountable institutions. This goal recognizes that sustainable development is impossible when there is violence, corruption, injustice, and weak government system. Goal 6, Goal 16 focuses on peace, justice, and strong institutions. It aims to reduce violence, protect people's rights, and make sure that governments and justice system are fair and effective and accountable. Without peace and justice, development cannot move forward. One of the biggest issues sustainable development Goal 16 tries to address is violence. This includes violent crime, sex trafficking, forced labor, and child abuse. Around the world, many people, especially women and children, continue to suffer from these forms of exploitation. The United Nations reported that more victims of human trafficking are women and girls, but the numbers have slowly improved. For example, back in 2004, 84% of trafficking victims were female. By 2014, this dropped to 71%. This show progress in reducing sexual exploitation. But labor cases have actually increased, which means more work still needs to be done. Another challenge is monitoring these crimes. Many cases are not reported. In fact, 84% of countries either have no data or lack enough information about violence against children. From the available data, we see that almost 8 out of 10 children experience violent discipline at home, regardless of income or location. Sadly, no country is on track to fully eliminate this by 2030. Sustainable Development Goal 16 also focus on ensuring universal legal identity. This means every child should have a birth certificate, a name, and a nationality because these are basic human rights. Without legal identity, a child cannot access justice, education, healthcare, or social services. But as of 2015, more than one-fourth of children under 5 worldwide were still unregistered. If countries want to reach universal birth registration by 2030, about 1 in 5 nations must speed up their progress. Sustainable Development Goal 16 is important because peace, justice, and strong institutions create a safe environment where people can live freely, work, study, and grow. When laws are enforced properly, when children are protected, and when institutions are transparent and accountable, societies become more stable and sustainable. Sustainable Development Goal 16 aims to reduce violence and human trafficking, strengthen justice systems, and ensure every person has legal recognition. Achieving peace and justice is not only a global responsibility, it is the foundation for everything else in sustainable development.
Good day, everyone. Today, I will report on SDG 17, which focuses on partnerships for the goals. The goal of SDG 17 is to strengthen cooperation among countries and organizations to support sustainable development. Its focus is on encouraging collaboration between governments, businesses, and communities by sharing resources, knowledge, and technology. The aim of this goal is to make sure all sectors work together effectively so that every sustainable development goal can be achieved. So, overall, SDG 17 remind us that global progress is only possible when we unite, share what we have, and work together toward a common purpose. That's all. Thank you.